the city was louder than she imagined. From the back seat of the taxi, Elena pressed her forehead gently against the window and watched the buildings rise higher and higher into the pale evening sky. Everything felt unfamiliar. The streets below pulsed with life, headlights gliding like rivers of light, people hurrying beneath umbrellas, glowing signs reflected on wet pavement. And somewhere above all of it was her new home. Apartment 2708, the 27th floor. She had dreamed of this moment for years, living alone, starting over, becoming someone new. But now that it was real, excitement mixed strangely with fear. As the elevator climbed higher, her suitcase standing beside her, she watched the floor numbers upwards. The doors opened with a soft chime. And there it was, a quiet hallway, a single door, a new beginning. When she stepped inside, silence greeted her. No voices, no familiar sounds, only the hum of distant city life beyond the glass windows. She walked slowly toward them, and when she looked out, the entire city stretched beneath her like a galaxy of light. Beautiful, endless, and for the first time, completely hers. The next morning, sunlight found her before her alarm did. Soft golden light spilled across the room, warming the white sheets and dancing across the wooden floor. Elena opened her eyes slowly. For a moment, she forgot where she was. Then she turned her head and saw the skyline. The city shimmered beyond her bedroom window, bathed in early morning haze. It felt unreal. She smiled. This was home. Still wearing an oversized t-shirt, she padded barefoot into the kitchen. The apartment was quiet, except for the distant hum of traffic far below. She filled the kettle. The soft rush of water echoed through the stillness. As coffee brewed, she stood by the glass, watching the world wake up. Cars moved like tiny silver insects. People became dots crossing streets. Clouds drifted lazily above neighboring towers. And there, with a warm mug between her hands, she felt something unexpected. Peace. That evening, Elena stood in front of her refrigerator and frowned. Inside sat only eggs, milk, vegetables, and uncertainty. Back home, dinner had always been loud, shared, prepared together. Now, it was just her. One kitchen, one plate, one chair. Cooking for one felt strange, almost sad. Still, she tied her apron and began. The sound of chopping vegetables, oil warming in the pan, garlic sizzling softly. Soon, the apartment filled with warmth and scent and life. When she finally sat down by the window with her meal, the city glowing beneath the darkening sky, she realized something. This wasn't lonely. This was intimate. A quiet conversation with herself. And maybe that was enough. A week later, the rain came. It arrived suddenly, soft at first, then steady, then endless. Droplets raced down the glass walls like silver threads. The city blurred into watercolor. Elena curled up on the couch in her oversized sweater, a blanket draped over her legs. A bowl of ramen warmed her hands. Thunder rolled somewhere distant. The apartment glowed softly with lamplight. For hours, she simply listened to rain, to silence, to herself. And in that quiet storm, something shifted. The emptiness she had feared no longer felt empty. It felt calm, sacred, almost. Like the city had wrapped itself in mist just so she could rest. There were strange little freedoms in living alone, like doing laundry at midnight. Elena discovered this accidentally. Unable to sleep, she gathered her clothes and started the machine. The gentle hum filled the apartment. She sat cross-legged on the floor beside it, scrolling through old photos. Family dinners, childhood birthdays, friends she hadn't called in too long. For a moment, homesickness tugged at her chest. Then she looked around, at her softly lit apartment, at the quiet city beyond, at the life she was building. And she smiled. Because home wasn't a place she had left behind. It was something she was creating. Piece by piece. Night by night. Weeks turned into months. And slowly, Elena began adding life to her apartment. A basil plant, then lavender, then tiny succulents lined neatly across her balcony. Every morning she watered them while the city stretched awake beneath her. It became ritual, a quiet reminder that growth is often invisible until one day it blooms. And as her little garden flourished, so did she. She no longer felt like a visitor. She belonged here, on the 27th floor, above the noise, above the rush, in this quiet little space she had made her own. And as she smiled into the reflection staring back at her, she understood something simple. Being alone was never the same as being lonely. Sometimes, it was how we finally meet ourselves. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more interesting and insightful life stories.